peas.
Yeah. That's always a good sign.
Caught 10 peas.
Don't worry, Bayer's taking care of them. We're now entering the fuchsia garden. Here we go. Yes, it's impressive. With a bench on the side and a nice estate. This is another extension of the fuchsia garden. The weather's nice right now. It's not raining. This is very cute. Microphylla. Tiny. Snow cap here. Very beautiful. Here we have some purple. It's almost like a Yahoo purple. Red and purple. See, they take broken pots. Here you can see broken pot pieces everywhere. And these are great to throw in your garden. This garden has centuries of this, so there's shells, there's broken clay pots get thrown out here, and they improve the texture of your soil. They're inert. The bristle pine is one of the oldest trees on the planet. The oldest one on record is about 4,800 years old. Native to California, Nevada, and Utah. Colorado has a few. Absolutely gorgeous. Its pines last are viable for about 20 years. Yes. Furniture, oils. From Persia to Europe via the Romans. And it's a gorgeous tree. And it's a giant walnut. We are now in the community garden section where they do composting. gardening. This crop right here will be ready by next spring. This will stay here all winter and grow. Here we have our corn. Kale, squash, beet. Oh yes. Poppies. Yeah. I'll take a still of this and send it to my boy in San Jose, David. You know who you are. Traditionally composting here, you gotta get the right carbon to nitrogen ratio. Start piling it up on top of each other. And they're using tires as containers, and it makes the soil very dark. We got all kinds of squashes, and here we have some more composting. Yeah, they're piling up trying different compositions of mixes of carbon, cardboard, and green matter. Here we have different composters. That one's very practical. This one was a plastic bin that was drilled with holes. And there we go. Composting going on there. So fertile that even on the edges here it's growing, you know, obviously. You have lots of growth. This one's an interesting composter. This one's a mesh. And it's just it's a lot like our air buckets that we have. That's an excellent composter as well. Traditional box composter. Oh, interesting. This one has a nice cover. You just put a dark mat over it. It's pretty cool. And this is a plastic one that won't last long, but it works. It's like a raised bed, but made out of plastic. I like this one a lot. And here we have a rudimentary one. This is just chicken wire and 4 posts. Here we have some that can be rotated. Easier to rotate. This is really neat. Keeps it well aerated. This one's in a sphere, a ball. And you have a whole array of bins, compost bins. Come in all sizes. This is kind of creepy. I guess it keeps the other guys out. And you don't really need a bin, as you can see out here. You can just make a pile. A compost pile works. Actually, it might be easier to aerate even. I mean, it might not be appealing to the eye, but it works. Look how fertile the soil gets when it's well aerated, and it's a raw combination of drainage and silt and sand and biomaterial, aeration, water holding capacity. Yeah, I've seen these before. It's like a barbecue.
A little air pump with the solar panel.
Oh yeah, cool.
It doesn't run at the moment.
So there's a solar panel.
And the air stone as well.
That makes the bubbler. Pumps to an air stone. Interesting. Keeps the water aerated. And these are basically teas that they make here from organic material compost. This is compost tea. This is what you can foliar spray with. It's a very mild fertilizer, but it's very effective. It's very rich. It's rich and mild, which is perfect. It's gentle to the soil. It's concentrated because it's an extract of the tea of compost. So you got all the biological and microbial activity as well as the micronutrients. You can use worm compost as well. There's the air stone. Temperature regulated.
Yeah, and there's one inside there as well, the temperature gauge.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, it's actually, I can feel it. I can feel major warmth coming out of here. And
Yes.
if you look at it, it's full of life, especially fungal life. All that white mycelium going through. And look how warm it is. It's even fogged the glass. I mean, it's at least 30 degrees warmer in there. That's amazing.
Yes.
Steams. And these are styrofoam. These
It
hold the
shows
heat. Well
30,
insulated.
32, 33.
33 degrees in there. Yeah, excellent. 33 degrees on the lid, that is, outside here from the warm from the container. It's much warmer inside. So as you can see, there are lots of methods that one can do to compost. Anything from basic chicken wire to high-tech controlled environment. Here we have some dahlias of Bishop of Leicester. Yeah, this is very beautiful. That's a very nice yellow. I think I'll sow some seeds here. There's some more bees. That's always a good sign, lots of pollination going on. There's some more dahlias. This one's gorgeous with 2 bees. There in the greenhouse we have coleus. Lots of variety of coleus. One of the easiest plants to learn hydroponics with. It's also one of the fastest cloning plants. Really fun to show, prospective students. You want to use coleus. This excellent plant for exhibition. They usually root in 3 or 4 days, and it gets a student really excited when they start seeing roots. They get all happy when it's a fast rooting plant.
Look what's growing between the glass.
Desert House Succulent Greenhouse. Right away stepping inside, I can feel a 10 degrees Celsius difference. These plants obviously get watered a lot less. Some of these are native to some familiar places of mine that I know, like Arizona and New Mexico and northern Mexico. Some of them produce beautiful flowers. from South Africa. We have cacti ranging from all the way from northern Mexico to Argentina.
These are what people.
There's ants. There's ants.
There are no ants.
Oh yeah, there's ants everywhere. Look right here. Ants, And the sand also keeps the temperature in here warmer. It acts like a heat sink, you know? This is so cute. I love this part. Whoever's taking care of this is doing a good job. Severvigum King George. The red devil. Sempervigum Saturn.
Hey, that's what's over here. And all of them, they're dead almost. Yeah. It's the same as this.
Here we have the watering room. It's actually semi-climate controlled. They do have a shade cloth here, a good 40% white diffusion cloth. But it doesn't really act like a climate cloth because it doesn't cover the outtakes there, so it doesn't hold the humidity. They do want to remove humidity from here. And we have to stand this one up here. But we have some fuchsias and whites. And this is obviously mechanical control. Water, hosing, and awesome trays. Food would not taste the same without this. Rosemary. So here we have So here we have composting, community garden.
The fish there in the pond as well.
This garden is a clear case of
Look at the
use
left
of
on the left. Big one.
an aquaponic system. Here we are, there's giant fish and an artificial pond. There's a lining here and water's being pumped and recirculated. You have these plants grown in shallow water culture, and the water is being circulated and pumped through and is being re-oxygenated through the fountains.
Solution I think see over here.
Technically you can use this water to grow things like lettuce and tender herbs. But this is a clear example of two systems blended. Of course, there's beauty here. This is clearly a garden of exhibition. Here you have some Japanese, some koi. Called the Jekyll style. Artificial pond. We'll now see some Japanese gardens as well as some gardens from around the world. Here are the filtering systems for the pond. Some of the proteins from the fish are just filtered out. I'm not sure they're being utilized for something else, recycled or disposed of. But this is some of the infrastructure that goes into keeping an ecosystem like this going. So these filters do filtration on several stages. This one does, for instance, sediment, finer particles, bigger particles, carbon filtration, pre-filtration, biological activity introduction, water conditioning. Here we are in the Japanese section. This is the Japanese maple. We'll see various varieties, many varieties of plants native to Japan. Interesting leaf arrangement. I've never seen a phyllotaxy like this. This is the cones are interesting. Very different from the pines from California or the Americas. I love the rock formation. Here we have 100-year-old maple trees. More of the Japanese garden. This is an interesting sculpture. It's called Hybrid, made by Deidre Hubbard, and it represents a combination of two different varieties, yet compatible.